Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subbie and you help me hit that 50k mark, I love you so much. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. Recently, I did a talk with the Kelly Rosano. You can head over to her channel and check it out to watch the replay. Also, if you have ever wondered about the links between the major arcana and the zodiac and astrology, I am doing a whole series with Heather from Astrology with Heather. I'm absolutely loving it. She's super knowledgeable, super smart, and so sweet. It's unbelievable. Head over to her channel if you want to watch the whole thing, because we'll be alternating where we post the videos. So if you want to see all of the series, you're going to have to stay tuned. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our, or help you all, should I say, on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you, Taurus. What is taking place for the Taurians this week? And this week you get the Fool card as the Destiny card. Interesting, because this came up for Aries in exactly the same place. Again, new things, new places, new people, those new connections. And sometimes the Fool card is something really small. So this is a week for you to pay attention to all of the connections that you make, but also it's a week for you to pay attention to any ideas that come through for you. Anything that kind of pops into your brain. Have a pen and a paper handy. Maybe keep your phone on standby so that you can voice note it. I tell you, if I told you the amount of things and series and stuff that you guys have watched that I've produced have come from a flash of an idea that has been a voice note or a little note on my phone at some point. So really, this is a week where some sort of genius idea or some sort of download of information could find you, so pay attention. This is a week for you to be really alert. So let's give it some context. Let's see what this might relate to or pertain to. This week you get for your direction. Let's flesh it out. Okay, that feels good. You've got the Hanged Man, right? So interested. The Hanged Man is all about spirituality. And yes, it is a card of kind of sitting still, patience, waiting, stillness, all of those things. If you look at him, right, he's hung upside down by one leg with his arms and a leg behind his back. But if you look at him, if I turn it up that way so you can see, he looks completely calm, he looks completely serene. And you see there, he's got the halo around his head. What that represents is enlightenment or inner wisdom shining through. This is a time for you to trust your inner wisdom. This is a time for you could be having some sort of spiritual download this week. You could be gaining some sort of, sorry, the builders, you could be gaining some sort of spiritual wisdom, some sort of personal insight. You could be having some sort of feeling, some sort of draw or a pull to something. The other thing about the Uranus energy there, something that a lot of people don't mention about the Fool card, is it tends to act like a magnet as well. It brings you things, like it draws certain things to you. And the Hanged Man being Neptune, or Neptune ruled or Pisces ruled or watery in some way, this could be a time for you to focus on that magnetic power, whether this is the law of attraction, whether it is delving into your personal magnetism, maybe starting to understand what that actually is. This week you could get a real glimpse into where your thoughts actually are and how powerful they really are, how they affect everything that you do. You could be having some really big personal insight. You could be gaining some sort of personal wisdom or knowledge that comes from within. Now, usually I say, share everything with everybody, but it feels like whatever this information is, whatever this wisdom or this knowledge is that's coming through for you, this week you are to keep it to yourself. And it's not about being selfish or exclusive or anything like that. It's just, I believe that sometimes when we get certain messages, they're for us and for us only. And I'll give you a really good example. For anyone that's ever traveled through personal year number 7 vibration, right? You know, and one of the big things for that year is often a lot of the information that comes to you is not meant to be shared, because unless you're in a 7-year yourself, you would never understand that information. And sometimes, you know, more or too much information, or information that we're not ready for, can actually not do us any good. So whatever you learn this week on a psychic, spiritual, precognitive sort of inner level, unless you're talking to somebody that's really done that kind of work themselves, keep it to yourself. Okay, your insight card for what is coming in, you've got the King of Swords. So this could be an air sign person, an Aries, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. Now, as a person, this is someone that is cool, calm, collected, witty, very intelligent. Usually the King of Swords is like somebody that works in jobs that are titled. So this could be like a lawyer, you know, maybe somebody that's got a PhD, maybe a professor. Sometimes it can represent, you know, the King of Wands or the King of Swords can represent people in the legal profession as well. But as an insight card, this is reminding you to use your smarts. Yes, Taurus is, you know, and I say this out of love, yes, Taurus is a workhorse. Yes, you guys are strong, you know, healthy, fit, and you know, you've got all your fortitude about you. Very sort of hands in the dirt, sleeves up, let's get it done sort of people. But the other thing that people tend to gloss over when we're talking about Taurians is that you guys are incredibly smart. You often find very practical, grounded solutions for things. This is, as an insight card, is basically saying to you, whatever you learn this week, find a way to turn it into a money spinner. Whatever idea or knowledge or information comes at you this week, and I feel like it will be an idea that just comes fully formed. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's just going to come in and you're going to be like, yep, got that. Then you need to take a moment to think to yourself, right, how do I make this practical? How do I apply this to the world, or even the current situation that we're in? This could be a really amazing idea that comes in for you. Now, for those of you that know an Aquarius or an Aquarian, hi. This week you want to check in with them. And the reason I say that is because you may very well have some sort of conversation with them that gives you a different perspective or leads you to said idea. Also, for those of you that have an older family, an older male in the family that you may not be speaking to or speak to as much, expect contact from this person this week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. If you haven't seen it, check out the Weekly General. Take care, and I'll see you soon.